All right, I have a new juicer to try today. Gonna unbox it, gonna try it out with some fruits and vegetables, and then we're going to compare it to a juicer I already own. So we'll see if this new one makes the cut. There's a brush cleaner. If you've read the description online of the item, you'll see that there's a brush cleaner, and that's what that is. We'll look at that in a second. Inside the box are the parts and pieces all wrapped up. The TKTK Activate Your Warranty for a free gift card. Well, that looks like it's pretty easy to set up, doesn't it? Of course, we'll have to give it a try here in a few minutes and see how it does. But that's it. That's the TKTK juicer. It's pretty easy to put together. There's a little guide so you know which way the little plunger goes in. The rest of it's all kind of self-contained in there. I'm sure there's a way to access some things, but it looks like it's kind of ready to go. Yeah, I think this comes apart for cleaning. Pretty well marked for the lock unlock, looks like. As you saw, I had a little bit of trouble. I was trying to put the juicer assembly in to the motor the opposite way, but that really didn't take long to figure out. There's a little release there, so that comes right out. Put it in, lock it in place. Feels pretty nice. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to put some fruit through it and see what happens. So for my next test, I am going to compare the new TKTK slow juicer with my old juicer, which is a KitchenAid, I think it's KitchenAid, KitchenAid model that I've been using for a while. I'm going to take the same amount of produce that I have over here ready to go. I'm going to put them through each machine, and then I will compare the output. I don't expect the taste to be much different, of course, but I do think that one of the selling points of the TKTK slow juicer is that it will give you a greater quantity of juice. So we're going to try that out. Alright, well, I put the same amount of produce through both juicers and found the total amount that was rendered to be pretty similar, honestly. I used the slow press on this, and I used the speed 4, I think, on my Cuisinart juicer, and very similar. There are a couple things that are different about the two. The TKTK slow juicer is a slower juicer. It does not, it powers through on the slow setting a little bit slower. So I think that is a little bit of a drawback. I think it does seem to have just a slightly better taste to me, and I think it's because it's keeping a little bit more of the pulp when you use the slow juicer setting. I think even on the high speed, doing some testing earlier on the high speed, it's still a little slower than this on 4, setting 4. This machine, the Cuisinart, does power through the fruits and veggies quite a bit quicker. One of the positives about the TKTK is that the pulp all comes into this collector here, and it just comes right out. It gets collected here. It's easy to dump, easy to clean the collector. The Cuisinart collector is open there, internal, and it gets very difficult to clean this. This has been one of the reasons that I tend to juice everything all at once, because I don't want to do this on a daily basis. I'm about to take these apart and do a cleaning on this new machine for the first time, so I'm hoping that my ideal situation will be is if it's a little bit easier to clean, then I can make the juice more on a daily or every other day kind of basis, and then I don't have, you know, the degradation of the juice throughout the week. What I typically do now is make about a gallon and a half at a time, and then drink on it throughout the week. So the differences are as far as the quality of the juice and the amount of juice seem to be pretty minimal to me. Alright, so I just got done cleaning the new TKTK slow juicer. Definite advantage there. I found this to be much simpler to clean, and I haven't put it back together yet, so I'm going to do that here on the video. But and I think I said KitchenAid when I meant Cuisinart earlier. Y'all probably figured that out. Anyway, this item from TKTK, the slow juicer, is definitely much easier to clean, and I do think it allows you to go on more of a daily juicing expedition than the Cuisinart does. As you can see, I have a nice big jug here of my juice for the week that I made using both of the juicers. But I do like the way this cleans up. I cleaned it in just a couple minutes, and the Cuisinart takes me a long time. I have to disassemble it, I have to clean it. You know, I don't have a garbage disposal, so I have to get all the pulp that's kind of caked in all over, and you can see I haven't even touched it yet back here because it's very difficult to clean. So I oftentimes will put off juicing because I don't want to deal with the cleaning. And like I said before, I definitely do more bulk juicing because that machine is more difficult. So I'm hopeful with this new one that even though it's a little slower and it doesn't really power through like the carrots quite the way and the apples quite the way that one does, that as I learn the machine a little bit more and whatnot, I can maybe do juicing every day or every other day. That way I'm not putting the juice there to kind of slowly degrade. I know the juicing purists out there will kind of scoff at this big jug here. So anyway, I'm going to put this back together real quick, hopefully real quick. It has, this is the auger, and then this goes on here. And I think there's probably only one way to do this. Yeah, so that just goes right in there like that. That's backwards. Okay, backwards to me. That locks right into place. And this goes this way. Snaps right in. And it's ready to go. And I did not practice that before I filmed it. I took it apart to clean it, and it was very obvious the way it all kind of goes back together. One thing about this juicer is it will take, you have to be a little slower with feeding the items in. The second time around, as I finished making some juice, I cut the carrots kind of at an angle into like thirds so that it would get caught in that the juicer mechanism a little bit easier. But it's definitely, it feels like a pretty good machine. I think it's more for daily use than if you're doing a big bulk. If I was doing a big bulk, I would still rely on that Cuisinart. But I really like the idea of juicing a little bit more frequently with this machine. And yeah, so I would give it a good 4 stars. I can't attest to the durability because I just got it. I just got it this weekend and used it today for the first time. So yeah, do I love it or am I gonna lump it? Well, I love it pretty well. It's not necessarily like off the charts good, but I think for the $100 price point, which is somewhere around there is what you can get these for, it seems like a good fit, and I'm looking forward to using it more. So the TKTK slow juicer is the winner. I'm gonna love it.